Hello there, YouTube. We are back with some more Matchplay commentary for y'all. I'm joined by the Brother Bear, the Highway Highway Man. Whoa, man,
I'm the Highway what? The mask?
I was about to say the Highway Master. Even though I meant to say it's like a combination between like Kaiju King.
I've ascended.
Like, you've ascended.
I am no longer just the Highway Man. I'm the Highway Master. I am he who owns the highway. And the highway.
And the highways
is
in Chicago.
mine.
We really need new ownership there. That's for sure.
Hey, I need more money, brother. better pay your tax dollars. I'll do what I can.
But we have some more cam games for you guys. These were recorded when I had the previous setup, so sorry for the little flippy flop that we've got going on here in terms of layout, but hopefully it's not too kind of hard for you guys to follow. But like I said earlier, the meta is sort of at a standstill right now. We've got the end of the competitive season coming up and EX8 to look forward to in the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, we're trying to stay afloat, give you guys some content to enjoy while we kind of count down the new year and ring in 2025. So hopefully you guys enjoy these sort of last of the year matches. Today's matchup features TJ and myself. TJ's on top playing Millenniummon, and then myself, I'm on the bottom playing ShineGreymon. Millennium scares me, man. I don't know. It's like the bogey deck. I don't think I've really wrapped my head around it because there's just so many things going on that you have to keep track of that I feel like I end up just killing myself more often than not, which is sort of what Millennium wants to do.
Yeah, that's kind of its game plan.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's good.
As long as I'm being deleted, it tends to work out in my favor pretty well.
Yeah.
If I get bounced, it's a bit tough. So
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this matchup. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Before we hop into the video, as always, if you're enjoying the content, you like what you're seeing, please do consider hitting that like and subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. Check out our socials, which are linked down in the video description below. And also check out instructions on how to become a member. You know, we've got a few things that we've cooked up for like projects going on already with deck check, member exclusive deck profiles. We've got a few things that we're trying to cook up as the new year comes around, so please do stay tuned for that. And for all of you who are already a member, thank you. We really do appreciate you. But enough yapping from me. Let's hop right into the ramble.
yes, sir. It's gonna be So for those who don't know, we're all going to Bandai Card Fest, by the way. So if you're gonna be in Orlando, because I think we've talked about it a little bit, but just so everyone's aware. If we're gonna be in Orlando, so if you're there and you see us, because we're probably gonna bring our jerseys, so you'll see the Hyper Coliseum logo stuff. Say hi, and dap up with me, please.
It's always nice to see people who like recognize us, and it's nice to just say hi. You know, we get to meet you all in person. We get to actually get to talk to you face to face. It's awesome being able to do that. So
I would say that a good portion of why we do this is for the community, right? Like we just like being in this community with everybody and being able to help provide you guys with content, interact with everybody and whatnot too. So it'd be pretty cool. And hopefully we have some other cool stuff happening too. Although I'm curious, we're gonna have to figure out stuff for while we're gone for a week.
We'll figure it out.
Anyways. We stream a trivia night at a bar. Anyways.
Oh man. that could get
that'd be funny.
We'll go Agu in the back for me. I training to pick up a little Marcus Mans.
Sorry.
This build of Shine is still kind of utilizing more of the old engine. I think the more I play it, and I think maybe this matchup too in particular, which I mean you don't see quite as often, but I feel like in general with how the meta likes to punish your stack and how like almost like a glass cannon Shine is now, I do like the new Shine Gray, the pure yellow one that gives you protection.
Well, admittedly,
he's really good.
It was like what, like a month ago that Shine topped with it was basically BT13 Shine with like a couple of trainings. It was like that was the only difference.
Yeah.
So we're getting some some different board states going on here. I do a chip with my BT18 Ghazi that does not live, and I just have a BT19 Giza in the back that I go into a Delta. You set up a BT12 Geo Gray in the back, play an Agu, you get the double hit with a Rise Gray and a Marcus. And you have the training set up. Sorry, we were yapping. We're reminiscing.
Alti Cup makes me need to buy all the stuff.
I got it. Speaking
I gotta bling
speaking of
this back up.
stuff, I gotta get my boxes from Jarrell tomorrow for the LM set. He has both my boxes I bought.
I have a pretty solid play here. I'm able to training into a Geogray, which lets me play with the Marcus. Marcus, since I have a Greymon on the field or an Agumon, I can go ahead and suspend to gain a memory, and then I can go into a Rise Gray to play out a second Marcus. It's pretty good.
Yeah. You get a really good setup going here, really early.
And you're asking me how many cards in hand, which I'm like, damn, that's how that feels like.
Yeah. I think I was just trying to see like potentials, like what could be done to me, and also because it's in case I find a Moon Millennium play.
Yeah.
So what I do here is I go ahead, I play the BT18 ShineGreymon.
Yeah.
I can reduce the play cost by 4 by deleting a Digimon with composite trait. So I delete the Chimera. And then on play, there's nothing to, well, I Digivolve 1 everything, so Digivolve the Rise Gray down to a Geogray. And then Chimera's on deletion allows me to, from the trash, DNA Digivolve a ShineGreymon in play and a Chimera in trash into a Millenniummon in my hand. So I DNA Evo into a Millenniummon. Millenniummon hits the board, just deletes a Digimon when he hits the board. And then I can return 1 card of each level back to the bottom, to the top of my opponent's deck to gain a memory for each card returned. So I return a 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah. To gain 3 memory back, and that makes it a 4 cost Millenniummon drop, which is pretty good. Now that I know Millenniummon combos a little bit better, which I feel like the deck feels a lot better for me. I admittedly, as you know, I have not been playing too much Digimon. I've been on very much a Marvel Rivals grind recently, and locals have been kind of weird because we have different events going, so I haven't really been like going. But this was recorded a little bit closer to when I was playing consistently, which is
but we do
nice.
Pretty what I thought was a solid play here. We go into the new Rise Greymon for 3. I paid the memory to push the Marcus up, so I ended up like passing you over 1, but then his on Evo effect lets me suspend a Marcus, which we suspended the memory setter to gain the memory back. Go ahead, swing using the Marcus to go into a ShineGreymon, but then I did an oopsie and did a DP deletion on the Millennium, realizing that this is not a mandatory DP, like, oh, you may reduce. It's like one of your opponent's Digimon gets it, so then it just ends up yeeting my ShineGray, which then ends up yeeting Marcus, which is a bit tough.
Which I also something
restart.
Something on my end too. I can't remember how I had them placed, but it's supposed to be Chimera then Machine on the bottom. For the DNA and the like digicrossing stuff, yada yada. Technically, I'm a silly bear, so apologies for that. That's my bad. So it goes to my turn. I play an Analog Youth, go Giza in the back. Just try and swing, get some chip in. I do hit a burst mode, so I would die here, but I'm able to bottom deck 2 more cards to keep my boy on board and just play him out. And I just go ahead and Digicross with another Chimera, just so I can try and maintain pressure, keep more damage going. Go Delta on the back, choke you to 1. You go to 3 anyways because you're Marcus, and sort of force you to have to kind of rebuild.
Sure. So we start rebuilding in the back. We go into the Geogray, and I think we're just gonna go up the line and just wait for the next opening here. I will say, I am pretty happy with my ratios. I think most of the times, at least, again, maybe small sample size, but most of the times I've played Shine with this build, I haven't been super bricky. I've been able to see my lines pretty nicely.
Yeah. I think you see your lines almost every time. You don't ever really brick with it. It's just a matter of the matchup and what your opponent does basically.
Yeah.
Right, because the thing with Shine too is if you do your whole combo there, it's either you choose to not Evo and let me block your Marcus and I guess you recover it, or I block something else if you try and swing with something else there, or you Evo and pop it and something dies anyways, right? Because you have to DP reduce something.
So here I'm well, if I don't do anything, I just die. So we go into the new ShineGreymon for 3, which lets me play out a Marcus. Marcus on play, we can suspend, popping the Giza. In reality, I'm thinking maybe it's smarter to just do it on the Millennium, just because it's like you give, I believe it's -3k on something. It doesn't kill the Millennium, and I can choose to like give more DP maybe to Ghazi potentially. I think either way though, it is tough because then all the mandatory effects end up just affecting Millennium, which is a bit scary.
Yeah. And right now, I think we're clarifying that I don't have pieces in trash to replay it, because so you were just trying to look for a way to see if you can get rid of it. You're looking at the burst mode play as an option here, which you do go ahead, you declare it. So you return the Marcus to hand, go into your burst mode, draw. You put out the Marcus with rush. You go ahead, swing with the Marcus.
Yep. Go ahead, swing. We gain the memory back.
-3. You swung at the Millenniummon. So he goes bye-bye. And we remember to trash top card of security in a moment here. I tap the analog use to go ahead and just gain 2 memory. I think, yeah, we catch it in a second. I think it takes a moment. It takes a moment, but it does come back. I think we do. Unless we caught it on a later game. I know there was one point where we missed it and then we caught it.
I do need to remember that, because that is technically a my effect. Maybe we don't catch it.
Maybe we don't catch it.
But you do have a Delta that gets pushed up, which is pretty good. Can at least deal with my Agu, potentially. You have your analog use as well. And Delta Inherit does give blocker along with Giza, which is always pretty solid, particularly going up against a deck like Shine.
And right now, I'm trying to find a way out, but I think I'm 1 memory short of being able to actually do anything. I think we were clarifying, because Jarrell was in the call with us when we were playing this, and I think we were clarifying a ruling thing on play cost reduction off of ShineGreymon's cost reduction.
Gotcha.
I think this is that moment when we're talking about it, because I was going to be, yeah, we're clarifying it right now. So sorry for the for me yapping. I lack a certain thing called intelligence. It's something that I think that a lot of people have. I unfortunately was born without, much like my hairline, it left me when I hit the ripe age of 24. So, it's tough times, but we get there. We figure it out. We trudge on. So
I will say though, I mean, there's a lot of things and a lot of like, almost like with Dexdoru, like micro decisions on how you want to sequence certain things, how you want to set up your trash, how you want to go ahead and like, pop off certain effects with this deck that I feel like for me, like I can't read that well, nor can I think that highly. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even going to try to touch that. It ain't happening.
You say this, but then you play Mirage like loop stuff now, which is like, that's so much brain power.
It's blue brain power.
Me. Don't you me. I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna kiss you on the lips. You hit me like that again. That's what. Actually, you know what? Don't do it.
No, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do
it. Tis the season, baby. Tis the season.
I got the mistletoe ready.
God bless.
Right,
anyway,
so we do end up slamming the machine.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to find a way to do stuff. I can delete a composite trait Digimon still, so I delete the Deltamon to play it for 4 because he's composite. I pitch a card to go ahead and pop the Agu, Digivolve the Shine by 1, and that's pretty much all I can do. So I just pass turn over to you. I was like, you know what? I just have to try and like mitigate damage this turn, just try and control board a little bit. Just force you to have another ShineGreymon hand, which I know we already burned through like 3 or 4 of them at this point, because there's 2 that have gone. Yeah, there's 1 in security, 1 that's gone bye-bye. And then there's this stack, which you do have you have a BT13 Shine. So you push up the Marcus.
You treat it as a blocker, and then we go ahead and declare a burst mode.
Yeah, and I think at this point you're trying to decide how you want to do things. I think that you probably should have swung with the Marcus first here.
Yes, I probably
to give me the -3 gain of memory. Then you also -6 on me from the guy, so I would have been -9. And then with the inheritables, you would have popped my ShineGreymon.
Yep.
So he would not have lived.
We go ahead, swing with the Marcus. He dies, so he ends up getting slotted back into security. We do miss the trash effect here again as well.
You swing. Jack. Oh wait, no. So this one we remember to trash.
Yeah, and then we go ahead.
check.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would have
Now
made it different.
yeah.
Well, you got game anyways. Yeah. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Just would have won like a turn earlier, but yeah, or not a turn earlier, but a swing earlier. But it all works. It all works out.
So we do end up taking game 1, going to game 2.
Yeah, not seeing Moon Millenniummons for me was tough. I needed to see Moon Millennium to deal with the Marcuses, and not seeing them was a bit of a boo boo. And I think I looked through the deck for a second there. I think they were both at the bottom. If I remember right.
Man, I'm happy with how that playmat turned out. Blue lock one.
The blue lock one?
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks good. It is clean.
Better than the animation that we got on the TV show.
Oh man, dude, I see so many like memes of blue lock animation. It's just like every time I see one, I'm like, Ben's weeping somewhere. Somewhere Ben is in the crying bathroom and he's not doing well. What was I gonna say? Dude, BT20 is looking crazy.
BT20 is looking crazy.
I'm terrified of Jarrell.
Me too.
I don't want to get Jest. Don't give Jest consistent protections. No, don't do this to me. On top of consistency and ace cards, Monka.
But you've got a pretty solid start. You got a Gazi in the back. You go into a Delta to pop my little guy. We go Geogray to drop a Marcus, gain in a memory, and we do end up popping Delta, which I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I do. Pitch a card to go ahead and pop you.
Yeah.
You play another Marcus, just to hard drop it, put me to 4.
Yeah. I got 3 cards in hand there.
I take the chance just to kind of set up. I don't know if you have like a BT13 Agu in hand or something like that you're going to be able to hard drop and then push up Marcus and do weird stuff. So I just set up in the back, get the Chimera ready for my my big Millennium play, because I have all the cards in hand, I believe, at this point.
Holy smokes. Okay.
And you go up the full line in the back as well.
Speaking of
I just do some more setup. Play a training. Grab a Karj. Drop a Giza. Just start setting up trash a little bit. So I pitch a Chimera to draw 2. So I was like, you know what? I want to have extra Chimera and trash just to make sure. Because I think I had like 3 or 4 Chimera in hand when I devolved into the Chimera in the back. So I was like, I need to put some of these in trash so that they're actually like going to be useful for protection. Because there's no way in a game that I'm going to be able to evo all of these probably. At least like not this matchup. So, and you're just doing some more setup.
I thought about pushing the guy up, but then I'm like, well, you have that Chimera in the back, and like I'm gonna be a little patient here. You can make the case to say just go for it, but if I'm not able to go full combo without the BT12 Marcus, I figured probably like I'm gonna pass turn more likely than not at that point. It doesn't really make sense to really do much. I think I was also missing like a Shine.
I think it's better to be safe.
One of the two.
I think it's better to be safe, not push it too crazy.
And I'm also trying my best to like trim down on hand size, because I know that if you go full combo, you can just easily start doing things. You do go into the Delta. You go ahead and pop my Geo. Pitching, it looks like a Chimera, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's the BT19 Chimera.
And then you go Delta into...
I think at this point I'm just deciding like what I want to do. Yeah, go ahead and go into another Chimera. Just evo it and just set it up. Like, because my mindset was like, you know what? There's a world where I can actually just hard evo into a machine next turn if you don't punish this stack, and I just go ahead and have a crazy boy with a bunch of retail and blocker inheritables.
And that's what scared me, so I was like, we need to move here. So I go ahead and go into the BT13 Shine, which lets me push up the Marcus. I believe we should sequence it like last time, where you swing Oh, Ben.
No, yeah, I think you ace played, or you just went straight for burst mode play here again.
No Marcus.
Play the Marcus back out. I mean, admittedly, I think it still works out, because I think
it still works out with a DP, yeah.
You minus 1, so you minus 4, and you can pop a 3k or less.
With the Geogray inherit. But it still ends up dying, which is still pretty good. And we trash security.
Which will no, it doesn't die yet, because I'm 8k, so you minus 4 total. So I was at 4K still, so I was just 1K out of range. If he would have swung with the other boy, it would have been enough to pop it. But so I am able to block a swing, and he does die. But you do get the security trash still. And you swing another check, swing the check there.
Oh.
Do hit an analog off this one. We'll go top 3. I'm debating in between the Ghazi and the machine. I go ahead and grab the machine. Trash the Ghazi and the training. I think it was the training.
Drop a Marcus for 4. That gentleman is a blocker. So I figured, well, if I'm going to deburst, I guess if you call it that, to go back into that shine, it has that all turns effect if I suspend a tamer. Minus 6K. So I figured, well, maybe that'll come up since he is a blocker. We'll see.
Yeah.
But you do just go into the machine.
Yep. I go ahead and pitch all those cards. I use the inheritable of the Pagumon to go ahead and grab back a rookie from my trash. Machine on play. Could Digivolve 1 everything.
Yeah.
Before I forget. Nope, I forget. Cool.
I think it just...
I guess I think we can just sequence either way. So I just pop your guy. It doesn't really matter. Actually, if anything, well, no, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't change anything. At this point, we're counting just leveled cards real quick. So I'm just seeing what levels you have. I did not see the shine level 7 up at the top right, so I did not return that. I should have done that, so I should have had one more memory here. That's a silly billy on my play, but I still am able to keep turn and use the analog youth for good things. Something I need to remember is that because I'm technically DNA Digivolving, I should be able to swing with Chimera here. I have to remember that I can do that. My brain was thinking that I played it, so I couldn't swing with it, and that's silly of me. I definitely could have just swung for 2 checks there, or at least attempted to, because you could have blocked it with the Marcus, right? But it's something that I should have. I think I should have at least tried, and it was silly of me to not do it.
I'm really seeing these lines, dude. Holy moly!
Yeah, you are consistent. You see the line every time.
But I mean, this is also a scary board state to see. I mean, you've got a Millennium, you've got like multiple composites out on board. You do your 2 checks, double shine, which is a little tough.
It's kind of a shame that I didn't swing earlier when I kept turn, because I'm a silly Billy and not thinking about how you made DNA Digivolve not play. Even though I read it to myself too, and then I was just like, yeah, and it's a fresh Digimon hitting the board, so I can't play it. But it's just because such a weird way to sequence a DNA, so my brain wasn't used to it, because it also had been a while since I played Millennium.
I mean, one could argue too, like being a little cautious is not too bad, especially if you hit like a BT12 Marcus. But I mean, at this point too, I don't think you care, right? Because if your guy dies,
I feel like I was probably fine. Also, that machine should be under the Chimera there. I have it in the wrong stack order, so apologies for that again. My brain's still just not used to it. I'm just used to stacking it by levels. It doesn't super matter for this matchup, admittedly, but something that it is important for things like source strip stuff against like Hexablau and Tommy Hybrid.
Training into another Delta. On top of the Ghazi.
Pitch a card to grab back. I think I grab back a Chimera. Yeah, I grab back a Chimera here.
Go training into said Chimera.
And I'm just debating how I want to do things. I think I misplay here, because I think I was thinking I could do something else with the Chimera.
Regardless, I mean, this is really good. Ooh, okay. So you go option for 4, which will let you play out a machine.
Yeah, play out a machine with the cost reduced by 4. So I'm able to keep turns. So I play it for 7. I pop the Chimera. Chimera use the Pagu on deletion inheritable to grab that back. I use the Machine Dramon on play to pop a level 5 or lower, so I just pop the Chimera off playing the machine. Then I'm able to go into another Millenniummon here, thanks to all that, and then stack it incorrectly because I'm a dingus. And then we go ahead and look at all the different level cards.
And here you've got choice of 4. A level 7, a level 6, a level 4, and a level 3. You go ahead and sequence it out. And you're going to gain 4 memory, putting me to 5, which you could argue, oh, that's a lot. But honestly, at this point, your Millennium's got like, it's got redirect because of the 2 machine inheritables.
Yeah.
They threaten recursion if I end up just like deleting them. My only bet really is to like stun or bounce, which I do neither in this deck.
Right.
So
they
I'm
both
caught in a pickle, and I just scoop because I was like,
Yeah, you
I don't
scoop it
think
up.
I can.
Yeah, we go to game 3.
I can compete against the double Millennium.
Yeah, I should have. I just need to make sure I remember to I'm DNAing thanks to Chimera, so that I know that I can swing when if I keep turn off after I make that play. You just often don't keep turn with it either.
Yeah.
Sometimes you usually like 1 or 2 memories short, unless you have like the analog youth set up that can really help kind of push you over the edge. But it's fun. It's really fun. Just takes a little bit of warming up and getting used to it again.
There's a learning curve.
For sure.
But I mean,
I do
do
think
a lot of crazy things.
We have what are the? It's red and black is one of our boosts, right? And the other one's purple yellow.
Yeah.
For the new gem boosts.
It's a little tough.
Yeah, I can't use those. I was trying to think if I could use one of them for Millennium, but red and black's the one that's the closest to being usable, and it's still not
great.
Well, no, I just bought him back. Moon Millennium
yeah.
is the problem. I bought him back. I can't get my Moon Millenniums off the search, but I guess right now I don't get my Millenniummon off the trainings, so
yeah,
might be better for the boost. So I have the raw memory to hard drop things like machine on turns rather than trying to training stuff. Sometimes I don't know. It's hard to call.
I ended up training to get it to BT12 Marcus. Then I dropped a Searcher Agu to pick up. It looks like I picked up the new ShineGrey. And then you go into Delta to pop my guy. And I'm like, well, here I could do a couple of things. I'm like, well, I could just stay in the back, or I could just drop the Marcus and just like stop trying to like cheat out a Marcus and just hard play it. Just what I end up doing.
I just go Delta on the back. I'm just setting up lines. Kind of leaving this Delta on board as kind of like a mine.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Oh, I don't. I swing. Okay. Never mind. I thought I left it there. It's been a minute. We played this game like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Yeah, it's been a while.
And then we complete the setup by dropping a BT12 Marcus. So I've got a training, 2 tamers out on board, which I was like, yeah, we're in a good spot.
And I'm kind of missing some things here. So I just drop a Ghazi, just try and get some search.
Yeah.
I can only grab a composite trait card. There's no Wicked God trait card here to grab.
Sure.
I think I accidentally grabbed another Ghazi there, which I should not be able to grab.
We push up. Agu should gain me a memory. But I think you gave it to me, right? Yeah, you gave it to me.
Yeah, you did. You're at 4.
So we go GeoGrey off of the training. And then we're debating what we want to do. I think it's fair to go Rise Gray. So my thought was leaving the BT12 Marcus in the back, choosing to suspend the BT12 Marcus off of its on Evo effect to go ahead and go into the new ShineGrey, which will let me drop another Marcus. Suspend to gain a memory, and then hopefully just choke you to 1 with like a 3-drop, I think was the thought process.
It's pretty good thought process. You do that. That's pretty good. So
and
at this point, I'm ready to go.
That's the nice thing about the new pieces is that sometimes you don't need to necessarily pay that memory. You kind of have a little bit of flexibility with how you want to sequence things.
Yeah.
But you have the instant response to go machine, then Millennium,
Digivolve, everything.
Pop. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Play the boy out, and then we're looking at level cards to return, which you have a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. I guess in this instance, I don't have to return everything, right? Then if by returning one of each, by returning one of each Digimon card with different levels from your opponent's trash to the top of the deck, gain 1 memory for each card return.
So you can choose not to, right?
But I wonder if I can choose just to do a certain number of them, or if I have to choose to do all of them when I do it. Oh, anyways, I maybe could have kept some cards out of there, just to give you less things to grab off top of deck if you were to Evo.
Sure.
But you go up to 4 anyways.
We go up to 4 off of the Agu effect. We choose to pay the memory this time around, going into 3 memory. Go the GeoGrey. Wondering here, maybe I just missequenced it. Who knows? Maybe.
You're deciding how you want to do things.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at myself and like, oopsies. I should have kept the Marcus in the back because this would have let me keep turn. But we end up having to just like leave that guy out vulnerable. We did choke to 1, so I mean that's not always a bad thing.
Right now, I'm deciding how I want to do things now. I just go Ghazi in the back. I do swing Chimera for 2 checks. I do hit a burst mode, so I would die here, and that does kind of, that kind of messes you up because I'm able to just play him back out and then on play. I do choose to digicross with some sources. I was debating on using a Chimera or not from hand, and I think I end up actually doing it. So I was like, no, yes, no, yes, no.
The one time you don't want a big guy in security.
Yeah, that did kind of work out for me because now you're stuck in the back. You don't have a boy ready to raise up. I just drop a Ghazi because I'm like, you know what? I just have game next turn.
Yeah.
If you're unable to do anything, so I might as well just keep myself safe and just kind of just set up a board just ready to go. I think I also had a Zed Millennium in hand as well and Moon Millennium at this point. So I had like overclock options available to me. You drop that, you are able to pop him. I go ahead and just put sources to the bottom of deck to play him back out. Nothing to delete, but I do digicross with a machine from hand.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give myself the extra protection if I need it.
I think at that point, people were like, why didn't you kill? He's going to come back. I'm like, well, your guy had 2 checks anyway. I think I just admitted defeat there. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to lose. Let me at least Sunrise Buster and go down in a blaze of glory.
Is hard there, but it was good games. It was good games.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was a lot of good back. Yeah, exactly. A lot of good back and forth, which is always nice. And it's just nice to freshen it up a little bit. It's nice to see a Millennium deck do some things. It's been a while since we had Shine on the camera too, I think, as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Also comment if there are any other decks that you guys want to see. Sort of like I said, meta's in a lull. I know you guys are kind of just like, we're also scraping for decks to put on the channel. So if there's anything you want to see in particular, let us know. We'll try to get it on, whether it be via webcam or at locals. We'll do our best. But thank you all for tuning in as always. We appreciate you, and hopefully we catch you on that flippy flip. Bye-bye.
Bye.